Hi, my name is Corey Minter, and I am president of Trinity Employment Specialists. We are a staffing firm located here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, but we do staffing for travel nurses all over the entire United States. We have a real intensive focus on the middle part of the United States in Missouri, Arkansas, Texas, and Kansas, but we have people that are going all over the entire nation. One of the videos that I just completed are 10 top social media statistics that travel nurses need to be aware of. And basically, just real quickly, I'll tell you some of the statistics so I can kind of get you thinking about it. Is like 60% of employers have researched candidates by browsing through social networking sites. 49% of the employers discovered information online that prevented them from hiring people. This is a survey that's done by CareerBuilder. Number 4, more than 25% of these employers found content on these sites that resulted in either a firing or a severe reprimand by the employee. You got to keep in mind who you're representing as a nurse. And at Trinity, one of our number one standards is to never hire a nurse that we wouldn't be comfortable working with our grandmother if they were in a really severe situation, either in a surgery or in ICU, in the hospital. We want to hire nurses that are going to make our grandparents feel good and comfortable. 53% said that they check online to determine if the prospective employee has a professional online persona. 30% said they check it to see what others are saying about the candidate. 21% said they're looking for a reason not to hire the employee. This survey by CareerBuilder. 46% say it's due to provocative or inappropriate images. They'll release a candidate for that. So you have all of these statistics that are very true, but what does this mean for travel nurses? So I wanted this particular video to be, how can you control your social media so that you have the right kind of image for employers? And I've got a list of items that CareerBuilder also offered as a point of reference for people. I thought it was really interesting and it can be helpful for you. The first thing you need to do is install privacy settings on all of your online accounts so that someone can't come in and just start posting things about you. You know, I cannot, sometimes I do get on some social media. It's not very much because I try to stay off of it as much as possible. And I certainly don't post anything on it. And the reason I don't post anything on it is because of the horrible comments that come from just something so simple. You know, we're in the middle of COVID-19, and just yesterday, I'm a camper. Our family goes camping, and they shut down all the camping sites. And so I posted something up saying, you know, I don't understand why they let 1,000 cars at Walmart and they consider that safe, but a camping place that's out in the middle of nowhere by himself, they consider that not safe. And I was just kind of pointing something out because our family's wanting to go camping. Holy smokes. You would not believe how mean people can be behind the keyboard of a computer. It's really surprising to me, especially on something that I honestly thought that was so simple-minded, and it was pretty obvious to me. But people are so politically motivated now. You've got to be very careful at what you even say. But you'll want to put privacy settings so not anyone can just come in there and just blast out other people, be mean, use crude language, say things that no one would ever say in person, ever. Maybe some people do, but it's not very many people do. A lot more people online. Number 2, remove yourself from any posts friends may have tagged you in that are morally questionable. I would also say politically sensitive. That was one thing. I don't post anything online, but I don't know why I posted this online. I should never have done it because we've got 50 comments on, hey, why are they stopping you from going camping, but they don't stop you from going to Walmart? But people are so mean. And so in this case, I would want to make sure and remove some of these people off of my online profile. I didn't know that there would be offense to something that I thought was so simple. Number 3, post a public photo of yourself that has a polite and professional appearance. Make sure you don't have certain things. Career Builder suggests no Daisy Dukes, muscle shirts, cigarettes dangling from your mouth, giving a poor image of yourself. These are things that a picture says 1,000 words, and some people will make judgments off of that. And especially if it's the hospital and they're kind of removed from the hiring process, but they get all of the decision-making abilities. You want to be careful with that for travel nurses. Never badmouth your current employer online or previous employers. Save these scathing comments for your diary or for private conversation with a trusted friend. These things can easily be found, especially on places like LinkedIn. You'll want to be careful with this and make sure that you're not saying something that you're very passionate about in the moment, but it'll later hurt you. And especially if it's a website or a social media platform where you cannot take it down. I believe there's some, I'm not a social media fiend, so I don't know all the details of social media platforms, but I believe there are some areas that you can't take it down, especially if it's reposted on someone else's site. You probably lose control of it over it at that point in time. So be very careful there. The next thing is think twice about posting your personal opinions regarding politics, abortion, gay rights, immigration reform. I remember one time, this was about 4 or 5 years ago. It was when the election was happening. And I posted one thing. I'm not going to say one way or another, but I just posted one thing online that I agreed with. And it to me at the time, just like earlier when I was posting about camping versus Walmart, I thought it seemed safe. But one of the managers at a very large hospital was the complete opposite opinion of what I had posted, and it was somewhat politically. I didn't think it was that big a deal, but they did. Literally, we lost hundreds of thousands of dollars of business because they disagreed with me. This person came online and said, I disagree wholeheartedly, and I can't even work with you anymore, Corey. So this was a very simple thing that I could never in my wildest dreams have imagined that this would be offensive to anyone. And it seemed pretty moderate, but this person didn't think so. They took it very personal and they decided not to work with us, and they were empowered to do so. So be very careful. That's how it happens to a company, but the same thing can happen to you as an employee. Refrain from using vulgar language. That's an obvious. People might be concerned that you'd come in the hospital and begin using that language with the patients. And they're also motivated to make sure and bring the most polite, professional people that they can. Don't post scantily clad selfies. Again, that's going to give a picture says 1,000 words. And you might be a really great person, but a friend posted this up and you posted it up because you thought it was funny at the time. And now someone is making a different kind of assessment about you because of this. That's not true. So be very careful with those. Proofread everything posted publicly so it's grammatically correct. You don't want to have a lot of grammatical errors, especially if your job in nursing would be to be documenting into an EMR or something like that. Grammatical errors in an EMR can be a big liability for the hospital. Last thing is, a good rule of thumb is to post comments, images that you wouldn't mind your grandparents seeing. It might depend on your grandparents. I know that my grandpa, for sure, my grandpa was a larger-than-life personality. He has gold medal in the Olympics. You Google the man, and he's going to come up with Michael Jordan in basketball. He was one of the best basketball players that our nation's ever seen and pioneered the NBA. I'm very proud of that. But with that came some opinionated so it might depend on your grandparents, but for the majority, you might consider, what would my grandparents say about this? If Trinity can help you in any way, shape, or form with your travel nursing, please give us a call. Our number is 918-622-2588, or you can visit us online at trinityemployment.com.